Welcome to Southerntimes on EveAfrique News from the depths of the Niger Delta. In the headlines, residents of Port Harcourt call for strict penalty against criminals who steal manhole covers. Stakeholders raise alarm over the dilapidated state of the Port Harcourt Boats Club in a special report. And in business, the World Bank says businesses in Nigeria lose about $29 billion annually because of unreliable power supply. Hello, good day. I am Omotola Agbelusi. The news in details. Residents of Port Harcourt have called on the state government to take severe actions against criminals who remove the manhole covers along major roads in the state. The residents say the call has become very important following the alarming rate in which manholes are being vandalized and stolen by unknown criminals. They say the exposed drainage is now a death trap to pedestrians and other road users who ply the affected roads. Our correspondent Tonte Ibikalabo brings this report.
The residents of Port Harcourt, who expressed displeasure over the trend of manholes cover being vandalized and stolen, lamented that if the criminals are not caught and manholes closed before the rainy season, it might cause accidents, damage to vehicles, injuries to pedestrians, and even death.
The thing they worry us more, our tire they fall inside, so the one they way they open, make them try cover them. No be to remove them, the one they way they open, make them cover them. And be the only thing well with it.
It affects us very well because mostly our motor they fall inside the hole, and when they fall inside the hole, our tire they always injure. So I feel like government to do something about it, because all these people that carry, that picking iron, and the people that remove the cover of the hole, I feel like government to do something about it.
I was a witness at this Elechi road there by opposite Maitre Park there. I saw two children coming back from school. That day was raining and everywhere was flooded. Before you know it, one of the child fell into that pit. And the younger one also was shouting, my junior brother, my brother. You see, opening this thing and leaving it like that, or maybe closing it after some kind of people come and take it out, it's very wrong. It's very bad. Any person caught on this act should be very responsible and charged for it.
Some of the roads mostly affected by this sabotage of the manhole covering drainage is NTA Ngboba Road by Obrikwe Flyover, some part of Mile 1, Mile 3 and Ikoko. Meanwhile, the Lubric Construction Company in Port Harcourt have begun emptying and cleaning of drainage around the Mile 3, Emenike and Ikoko axis of Port Harcourt. One of the subcontractors seen carrying out the cleaning exercise told our correspondent that the action is in preparation of the rainy season to prevent flooding in the areas. The subcontractor, who lamented the amount of dirt and plastic waste in the drainage, appealed to business owners, traders, and residents of the area to stop dumping waste in their drainages, while noting that the removal of some of the drainage covers by hoodlums have played a role in blockage of drainages. He said those that have been vandalized and stolen will be replaced.
They work under LCC construction company as a subcontractor. So now they normally maintain the drainage. Each time when flood, they worry the road. See. So the reason why we come flood the water this my three markets, because of the way people they pour dustbin inside drainage. So now we say we go come to come maintain the drainage once more again. But as we come inside the drainage, if you look now, you go see and say water need to move. Water need to move inside the drainage. Just they stagnant because of the dustbin then when they pour. And most of all these street gutters there. They need the people where they live for the environment, need to maintain them. You see? And you know, if you check for the street gutter, for the mouth of the street gutter, get basket where we put to protect waterproof from entering the main drainage. You see? So when those waterproof, now those dustbin where they pour, when they don't come block that basket, you understand? Water now no go fit penetrate, enter the main drainage, go begin to overflow full road. You see? So now as we come now, we want to clean both the main drainage and the street waters. Then any side where we know say where they give problem, You understand? We go solve them so that at least when rain fall, flood no go dey again for the road.
What about
Taunted Bigalabo reporting for EveAfrique News.
Traders at popular Abali Park in Port Harcourt say the closure of the lane leading to the Abali Park by policemen has negatively affected their businesses. The traders who expressed dissatisfaction on the matter say since the road was barricaded, their customers have explored other markets that are accessible to shop for goods. Our correspondent Emmanuel Ejike has this report.
Some of the traders who were seen idle at their stores said the situation has been the same for the past 2 weeks. They said patronage had been poor since the Nigerian police barricaded one lane of the road, ordered the flyover in protection of the Abali Park police station. The traders who said they have been unable to make meaningful sales since the barricade appealed to the police.
Since 2 weeks now, we know they see people where they pass by our market. That place is blocked. See they disturb us seriously. Make our government help us now. Talk to these people. Make them try open this place for us. They affect us. They affect our business.
Make them help us. Open up for us. Hug it down, kill us. We don't die. Place us for lockdown. Now they make help us. Open the place. People be on us. People they trek. They suffer too much. Market need to move. People need to pass. And for that road, on that flyover, that end thief, plenty there, no security there. That end flyover. If you come there after 5, go see thief. They carry my handbag. They call people phone. It's very, very bad.
The police in Rivers State had increased security at various police stations after the attack on various police posts in Imo State and Anambra State. A police source said the police had barricaded a section of the road in front of some police stations because they feel those areas carry high security threats. Meanwhile, Vice Chairman of the Police Community Relations Committee, PCROC Rivers State, Moses Omokwale, says the committee is liaising with key stakeholders, youth groups and security agencies to prevent any form of attacks against police stations in the state. Bishop Omokwale further dispelled rumors that the increased security at police stations in Rivers State is because the police is scared.
No, the police are not scared. That word scared is on. I am not seeing the policemen be scared. They are only just trying to be alert. There is difference between be alert and be scared. If they are scared, they will have left the police station. They have to set all those security alerts down to enable them be aware whenever the attackers want to take over the police station. Not because they are scared. They can never be scared. With the PCROC have been trying our best to make sure we overcome the security challenges in the South, most especially in the Niger Delta. By the grace of God, with the PCROC have not been relenting. We have been working in hand to hand with the security agencies to ensure the security challenges in the South is resolved, and we believe by the grace of God all the security challenges in the South will soon be over. I am Archbishop Moses Omokwale, the Vice Chairman PCROC Rivers State Police Command.
Emmanuel Ejike, EveAfrique News.
A 9-year-old boy who was allegedly raped by a 29-year-old apprentice, Raphael Okene, has disagreed with his mother on the fate of the suspect who is currently in police custody. Raphael Okene was arrested for allegedly sodomizing the boy and defiling his 4-year-old sister at Elibolo in Obiapo local government area of Rivers State. The suspect was also accused of defiling another minor, aged 7, on the same day before he was caught by residents and handed to the police. While the boy is insisting that the suspect should face the full weight of the law, his mother, Ruth John, says she has forgiven Okene and is not interested in his prosecution. Still on this report, a senior member of the International Federation of Women Lawyers in Port Harcourt, Sophia Afolayo, says the government and other human rights groups are legally empowered to take up a case of a minor where parents refuse to press charges against the defaulters. Mrs. Afolayo, while speaking to our correspondent, says the case can still be taken to court and states can even sue the parent of the child for being an accessory to the crime due to their unwillingness to take up the matter.
A child, whether a toddler, a baby or wherever it is, so far it's a child that is born into this country, born by parents, You know, ordinary parents are like caretakers of children, and so where a parent is saying, no, I don't want to press a charge, I want to leave it up to God, that's an infringement on the rights of that child. Every child has a right, and such rights should be protected. The mother saying that she wants to leave it up to God, then she's not being a good caretaker. She does not deserve to be the mother of that child, because your child has been injured or hurt and you need to seek justice. Yes, God, you want to live for God. God is a God of justice. And so why do you deprive that child of getting justice for an ill or a wrong done on that child? It is very wrong, and that child's right has to be protected. The police and organizations such as FIDA and other human rights organizations are also in place to protect such children and to go seek and fight for the rights of that child. If the parent says, well, she's no longer interested, the government can take over. Where a parent is found wanting in his duties, the social welfare, the government can take over the child's welfare. If the child is willing to press charges, if the child is saying, I need justice, then the child should be given justice.
In the news to come, we will bring you a special report on the controversies and future of the Port Harcourt Boat Club. Keep watching.
Revolution has come to Port Harcourt. This is the most beautiful upcoming estate in Port Harcourt. Watertight security, it's already fenced as the children's playground for this section. There's also an island which we built this 4-bedroom linked terrace duplex with a rooftop private swimming pool and a BQ. And all you have to do is take advantage of any of our plans, the Big League, the Elite VVIP or the VIP plan, and you own a piece of this. If you don't know any of these things I've talked about, the Big League, the VIP, the Elite VVIP, and the VIP plan, please contact the person sharing this tour video with you for details. Welcome to Reef Court Estate.
Welcome back to the news. Do follow us on our social media handles. On Twitter, it's EveAfrique News. On Instagram, it's EveAfriqueNG. And on Facebook, it's EveAfrique Business and News. Various environmental activists in Port Harcourt took to the streets and social media to call for environmental conservation and improved health of the environment on Thursday as the world celebrated World Earth Day. The World Earth Day, marked on April the 22nd of every year, is aimed to help further climate action across the globe and create awareness on the need for a more eco-friendly environment. The theme for this year is Restore Our Earth. The theme focuses on natural processes, emerging green technologies, and innovative thinking that can restore the world's ecosystem. Independent National Electoral Commission in Rivers State has commenced activities to expand polling units in the state. A statement signed by the head, Voter Education and Publicity, INEC Rivers State, Mark Usolu, said the commencement of expansion is in line with the guidelines issued by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, headquarters in Abuja. He said staff of the commission are being deployed to the field to identify the locations of polling units that already have voting points, with a view to converting such voting points to stand alone based on the template approved by the Commission. The INEC head of voters registration in Rivers State further clarified that no new or additional polling units will be created outside the conversion of existing voting points whose identity and locations are already established by the Commission. He further appealed to members of the public and enjoined them to cooperate with INEC staff deployed for the assignment by granting them unfettered access to all facilities and locations where the exercise will take place. A special report titled "The Controversies and Future of the Port Harcourt Boat Club" is set to be released on Monday the 27th of April 2021 on EveAfrique YouTube channel. The special report carries all interviews about Port Harcourt Boat Club, which has been dilapidated and out of proper operation for the past 14 years. The special report, which promises to be explosive, also highlights the dilapidated state of the boat club. From our studios, we bring you a trailer of the special reports. Please remember the full video of the controversies and future of the Port Harcourt Boat Club will be released on Monday the 27th of April 2021. On EveAfrique YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and click the notification bell to stay informed. Now on judicial matters. A member of the Nigerian Bar Association in Rivers State, Issa Saidu, has urged the Judicial Staff Union of Nigeria in Rivers State to call off their strike. The legal practitioner, in an interview with our correspondent, says the strike, embarked by Jusen in Rivers State, has proved to be unnecessary and just a stumbling block to the judicial process in the state. He lamented that legal practitioners are suffering following the strike.
The reason for the strike does not exist in Rivers State by the concession of the parties involved and the players. However, Port Harcourt NBA in solidarity have joined them, but I believe that the protest, the strike is unnecessary. More so is an issue that the Attorney General of the Federation can address by approaching the Supreme Court to invoke the interpretive jurisdiction of the Supreme Court in its original jurisdiction by dragging all the 31 or 30 states to the Supreme Court, and for the Supreme Court to interpret this and implement it.
As you may know, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike threatens to suspend the implementation of financial autonomy for the judiciary if the court workers in the state continue with their strike. Governor Wike stated this on Monday this week when he received members of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, who converged on the entrance of the Rivers State Government House in Port Harcourt to submit a letter as part of the association's solidarity with the judiciary staff. The staff, under the aegis of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, had on April 6th embarked on an indefinite strike to demand the implementation of the constitutional provisions and court judgments granting financial autonomy to the judiciary at both the federal and state levels. Governor Wike, while addressing them, says the association in the state has no justification to join the national strike because his administration has not erred in any way. Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has approved the commencement of commercial flights operations at Bayelsa state-owned airports. Director General, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, Nuhu Musa, presented the approval letter to Governor Doye Diri in Government House in Igua after the regulatory body completed the inspection of the airport and its facilities. Dr. Musa says the airport met all airspace standards but is only ready for daytime flight operations. He says the agency had to limit flight operations to daytime as the runway lights were being installed, noting that once completed, full approval would be granted. On his part, Governor Doye Diri, while noting that the operational license was a priority project for him since he assumed office, commended former Governor Seriake Dixon for his foresight in ensuring that the state had its own airports. He promised to ensure the airport begins night operations with the installation of all runway lighting systems. And from Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki says his administration is collaborating with private and government organizations for the establishment of a creative hub in the state. Governor Obaseki stated this on his Facebook page in commemoration of the World Creativity and Innovation Day, marked yearly by the United Nations. The Edo State Governor says that the creative hub, when completed, hopes to attract creativity, including filmmakers and music producers from across the globe. He says the hub will be built at the premises of the state-owned newspaper, the Nigerian Observer. Emmanuel Ejike is on standby for our business, sports and entertainment news.
Thank you, Omotola. Now we'll move straight to the business news, where the World Bank says that Nigerian businesses lose $29 billion annually because of the poor power supply in Nigeria. The bank's positions were contained in the Power Sector Recovery Program fact sheet, which were presented during the World Bank Visual Dialogue with energy reporters. The World Bank Practice Manager, West and Central Africa Energy, Aisha Kana, who made the presentation, said it also observed that Nigeria has the largest number of people without access to electricity in the world, as every 1 in 10 people without access to electricity now reside in Nigeria. The PSROP document presented by the bank also stated that between June 2020 and February 2021, the World Bank Board also approved $1.25 billion to financing support the government of Nigeria in its efforts to reset the power sector. And we move straight from that into the sports news, where the project manager, media and communications of Edo 2020, Ebohina Musa, says the federal government is yet to release funds meant for the sport event 1 week after it was concluded. Mr. Musa said though the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Sports and Youth and Sports Development, has made the promise to send financial assistance for the Edo 2020 Sports Festival, the funds are yet to be given to the state. The sports festival, which eventually started on April 2nd after several postponements, witnessed a scare after the Edo state government threatened to end it abruptly just 6 days after it commenced. But the festival continued after the federal government, according to Shaibu, the Edo state deputy governor, showed some level of commitment and promised to release the funds. Move straight now to entertainment, where Nigerians on social media are calling for the arrest of popular prophet named Chukwuemeka Odumeje, popularly known as Odumeje, and Rita Edochie over the death of popular comedian Ada Jesus. Ada Jesus died on Wednesday this week after suffering from kidney ailment. Before her death, she went viral after she pleaded for forgiveness from Prophet Odumeje and Rita Edochie. She had accused Prophet Odumeje of conniving with actress Rita Edochie and others to stage miracles. She later became ill with renal failure and was confined to a wheelchair, and many people believed it was because of her outburst against the prophet. Odumeje had earlier vowed not to forgive her, but yielded to pressure and forgave her days before her death. Regardless of this, Nigerians have taken to social media platforms blaming Prophet Odumeje and actress Rita Edochie for the death of Ada Jesus. And that's it on business, entertainment and sports news. Back to you now, Omotola.
Thanks a lot, Emmanuel. And that's the size of our package today. A recap of the headlines. Some residents of Port Harcourt have called for strict penalties against criminals who steal manhole covers along major roads. Stakeholders have raised alarm over the dilapidated state of the Port Harcourt Boat Club. That's a special report. And in our business news, we told you the World Bank says businesses in Nigeria lose about $29 billion annually because of unreliable power supply. COVID-19 is a deadly disease. Shun large gatherings, stay healthy, stay safe, use a face mask regularly. Do follow us on all our social media handles. On Twitter, it's EveAfrique News. On Instagram, it's EveAfriqueNG. And on Facebook, it's EveAfrique Business and News. Many thanks for watching. My name is Omotola Agbelusi.